Welcome back to another video. So technically this is still part of the process of what I was doing in the video a couple of days ago with regarding to the build for Roland, the big mega rig. But while that was going on, I thought I'd make a second video with regards to actually what I'm meant to be doing with mine, because it's kind of part of the package as such. So this is my rig. It's complete peasant spec compared to what I've been building here, but just to run through you what we got here. So we have the Corsair CX550M, more than ample for what I need it for, with an ASRock, I think it's a 970 Pro M4 board, an old school now GTX 1063 gig with 2TB hybrid, and just a basic 240 SSD. I mean, this SSD I've had since not long after they first come out, I guess. I've had it for quite a few years. And just a typical Corsair all-in-one cooler. So what we're going to be doing is taking a lot of the gubbins out of this and putting the motherboard that was in Roland's old computer into this one. Same with the processor. And what else are we putting in there? We got another 16 gig of Corsair Vengeance RAM, as well as, again, peasant spec, but it is an RTX still, so we can put in a 6 gig 2060 RTX. So this could kind of help boost mine up a little bit and give me some better performance for streaming and gaming and everything else that I want to do. So let's get cracking with this one. So first things first, I mean, it's not going to take as long as the build behind me because, well, I don't really care what it looks like. It's the short answer to that. All I want to do really is just get something where it's all in. I can give it some, you know, airflow, and it runs. That's pretty much all I care about. I'm not fussy. And normally I would be fussy. I love to do a pretty case build like that. But I mentioned in my last video when we were doing that one, I am hoping to do a custom wall build. So if I can kind of pull that off, which I'm looking at doing soon, then I don't need to worry about how pretty my case looks because it's not staying in there. So I'm just trying to get my tiny Elgato HD60 Pro out of there, so that's I'm going to the new one. So the power supply unit can stay exactly where it is. It's a semi-modular one, so it's got the main 8X power that just, you know, is hardwired in, but then you've got some of the PCIe ones and everything, PCIe Express ones, should I say, that are easy to come out, so we can kind of use what we need. I think the main thing I'd really need to worry about right now, starters for a start. Starters for starters. That's still saying a day. I reckon we'll probably just have to cancel that one. But it's good to just let it run and actually, I'll tell you what. It's not part of the video, but we'll cancel that because it doesn't need to be done. It's our Windows files. We can have our customer check them, make sure he's happy. We'll take our RAM. So we just basically want to clear the motherboard of anything we want to take with us into the new board. Course area, so we come straight across. I might as well just actually no, stay there. Hold. Forgot I've disconnected the motherboard, so I don't want to click the RAM here while it's able to slide around. It's just no bueno. So I'm gonna take all the cables out here, disconnect those, and also we're gonna have to disconnect the all-in-one cooler, CPU fan there, radiator. I'm going to cheat because I'm getting tired and lazy because it's stupid o'clock in the morning. Yeah, normally I wouldn't recommend using power tools unless you kind of know how much you know where the limit is, so to speak. Right. Find the hole. Right, so that's released from there. That's released. That's released. So this build here actually is not going to waste. I can't quite tell you why it's not going to waste as of yet, because, you know, it's kind of a secret. I can't say. But this stuff will be used again in the near future. So yeah, keep an eye on that. That's good. So lift that out. take that off. Right, so we can put that aside. If I use motherboard, that'll do. Right, so that's pretty much all the gubbins out of that. So what we need to do now is get the motherboard from this one, pretty much just dump it straight into here. That's literally all we've got to do. So we're just going to make sure we've got enough room. I can move around all the cables in a second. That needs to come out, so it's going to be a different I/O panel. And what we're going to do here is just, I assume this is going to be just as tight as the one that came out. So we'll try and dip it in that way. Oh, she's tight. Oh, trapping cables left, right and centre. Right, so we just hang it over the edge. And just line it up against the standoffs. The main clue of how lined up it is normally just running back on the I/O there. It kind of gives it away. You need to give it a bit of a dust. But that seems almost nowhere near in place, if I'm honest. That looks more in place to me. So we just grab some of these screws, just get a couple of them in place, and then we can kind of just manage it and make sure it's lined up where we want it. If I put that one in there, that's better. Cool. So it's literally just reverse order now. There's not much more to do. This is as simple as mine gets, really. Look at that. Look at the dust. Madness. Right, so we've got the other RAM as well. So we're going to run that one in here. So just make sure these channels are all open there. I think it's safe to say RAM is probably one of the most easiest components to upgrade. If you can help it, always try to go and fill the corresponding slots that you have. So if you've got 4 slots, try and calculate what you need to fill them. So if you want 16 gig, you get 4 at 4. Just because it looks nicer and neater, I think, personally. But saying that, I've always had 2 slots filled. This is the first time I think I've actually filled all 4 slots. I must admit, although they're not fancy RGBs like those, they look pretty darn good. They look pretty darn good. So the bonus is, because I haven't disconnected anything from the old rig that this has just come out of, it's literally just going to bolt back on. As simple as that. So I should be able to run those to the back there, and that should mount somewhat onto the back there. I'm going to use, I might still be lazy. So if we just line that up. So that's the thing with computers, they're kind of like cars in some ways, they're all just Lego pieces. A friend of mine told me that. And I've never felt more confident working on a car than I do working on a computer. Until I get a screw that's too small to go into the hole and realise I'm a noob. I'm pretty sure this is the one we just took out, but hey ho. I'll tell you what, it's a good watch, smartwatch, yeah. It works every time. It's 20 to 4 in the morning and I'm sweating. The temperature in the UK is just insane. Absolutely insane. I did not think I would be in this office at this time of night. Can you still call it night, or do you call it morning now? Okay. my little friends. Thank you. And one more. Beautiful. Right, all in one quarter done. Let's do some speed building, shall we? So we've got the ATX cable here. That's going to plug straight into there. Boom. We have PCIe, so that's going to be mainly for the GPU. If I stand this up on its side now, actually, let's grab that first. So that can go. We're going to put this down on the end, give it some space. I've got no panels on the back of my thing anymore. I've took them all out. The amount of times I've just taken things in and out. Let's use one of these ones for that. Perfect. So that's in there secure, that's good. Oh, I'm getting old. In fact, I think we're ready for the party piece on this one. We're starting to put the RTX in. So basically, I mean, this isn't a top tier build like the one behind. But basically, I just needed to upgrade just to get something I can actually multitask on, because what I'm doing now is making videos. Includes video editing, rendering, and the providings of such things. And that computer was just could not cope with anything. That was not as satisfying as I was hoping. But this hopefully, and it's a low profile one as well to fit, because I wasn't sure how big the board was going to be, or the case. This hopefully should make a big difference. I knew that was going to be on that. Let me just shove this in our top slot. You can get it below that marker. She clicks into place. Ah, that's why I was something. I've never seen a rubber section on that part of the GPU before. That's a new one. No, it didn't quite go down properly. What screws do I want to use for those? Use the thumb screws. I only really need to use the one, I'd say. Yeah, I literally don't even run the panels on mine. I'm not worried about making it look pretty or anything. It's literally, with what my office is like, it's just to make it as cool as possible. I don't mean cool, I mean as in cool. With my office, it gets pretty darn hot. Now I probably will end up cleaning up some of the cable management, even kind of temporarily. I think for now, I'm just going to worry about getting it all plugged in and working. That is the main plan right now. So we've got the HDD LED there. That's going to go there. Then we got power LED plus minus above. Power LED minus and plus. And then you got reset below, power above. Right, so that's all in there. That should be working fine. You've got the HD audio, which is USB, charger, system fan, audio. Wow. So the audio one's right in that corner there. That's going to be a wonderful task. Jesus, I mean, that's a bit of a weird design. So that's that way round. See, it wouldn't have been too bad if I hadn't put my bloody Elgato in. Okay, Elgato's coming out. I cannot get to that. Right, HD audio in. Over the USB, yeah. USB, we'll put in that one. Again, that's that way around. Again, it's pretty easy to figure out which bit goes where and what way it turns and stuff. You just gotta take your time and have a look and see what you're doing, and it's pretty straightforward from there, to be honest. Right, so what we need to do, obviously we need to plug this in here. We have a bit left over, but it's fine. Do you want to stay on there or not? There, nope. Yeah, maybe. Think about it. Okay. Oh, wrong way, Jake. Wrong way. Right. Power to the GPU. Power to the people. Nah, not bothered. So all we got to do now is decide. So we got our SSD there. Grab SSD cable. And you got SATA 1 and 2 there. That's a big old thick cable. I forgot how big that was. That's fine. This shows just in contrast how different I build my machines compared to how much I build other people's machines. As long as mine works, I don't really care what it looks like. I have to admit, I'd rather put my time and effort into someone else's build than into my own build. Grab that again. Pop that back into there. I think the computer behind is all done, so we'll be wrapping that video up in a minute. And in all honesty, I think I'll be wrapping this video up because I think more than one or two things. I've got spare SATA there. I need to figure out what I'm doing with that. That's the USB 3 there. Let's put this up again here. What's that going to? Have I got a disk drive in there? Yeah, I've got a disk drive in there. I remember the last time I used one of them. But we'll plug it in anyway. And USB 3. Just that way around. It's gonna go. There. And that is how you change a computer pretty quickly. My back is killing, I'm getting old. So that's gone from 16 gig Corsair with a GTX 1060 3GB and an i5 8500 to an R7 37X, 32 gig DDR4 and an RTX 2060. I think it's 70 then, it's not sad. But yeah, that's how you do a quick build. So I'm just kind of finishing off the kind of Jay's Rig build one that you're watching now, doing the editing and everything over here, and I realised I kind of forgot to finish the video and do an outro. It was about, at that point, about 4:30 in the morning. We didn't get out of the office till about 5. I was going to kind of do a quick setup and show you all up and running and all the changes, but it didn't quite go to plan purely because there was just everything going on and we all just wanted to go home. So basically, that's a quick rig build. That's just me throwing everything into my case and just kind of get everything up and running. Now, it's worth sticking around for the next couple of videos because basically we did that into an old crappy case that I had with no fans. I don't know what I was thinking with no airflow in there, but a good kind of hardware setup. So within the next couple of videos, I've actually done a full rebuild of my system again with the same hardware, but different case and some other kind of special bits and pieces in my office too. So like and subscribe and stay tuned because within the next week there will be a couple of more videos coming out with some more goodies. So I hope you enjoyed the kind of quick rush, throw everything into the build kind of video, but it's less informative than some of the others. And yeah, I hope to see you on the next one. Cheers for watching.